Today's it. This is the last two chapters. Agent Double A. The day after the school board meeting, every local news station and newspaper wanted an interview with me. We even got a call from a national cable news channel. Mom and Dad finally gave in and let me do interviews, but I said the same thing to all of them. It was something Miss Jones had said the first day Miss Spencer came to challenge Captain Underpants, and I practiced it over and over until I got it right every time. Nobody has the right to tell you what books you can and can't read except your parents. Miss Jones got her job back, and all the books that had been banned from the Shelbourne Elementary Library were returned to the shelves for good. Somebody from the local newspaper came to take a picture of me, Danny, Rebecca, and Trey, helping Miss Jones put them back. Before we got started, Miss Jones pinned a plastic badge to my shirt. I flipped it up to look at it. It was one of the badges that teachers wore. It had my picture on it, and beside it, it said Amy Ann Olander, assistant librarian. There you go, Miss Jones said. Now it's official. Although, if you're going to be a real librarian, you're going to have to talk about library patron policy. But that's a discussion for another time. Congratulations, Amy Ann, and thank you. Miss Jones swallowed me in a big polka dotted hug, and Rebecca, Danny, Trey clapped like I'd won some big award. Miss Jones wheeled out the cart of banned books, and we started putting them back where they belonged while the reporter took pictures. When we got to the end, there were a bunch of stapled books with construction paper covers I had never seen before. The title on the first one was Agent Double A versus the Book Eating Bovine. There was a picture on the cover of a spy girl with a mask over her eyes fighting a ninja cow with a book in its mouth. In the top corner, it said, First Amendment Comics. Those are some new acquisitions I was hoping you could help me shelve, Miss Jones said. They go in the graphic novels section under M for McBride. Danny flicked his hair out of his eyes so he could see. Trey drew this, he said. Sweet. Agent Double A, huh? Rebecca said. She looks a lot like you, Amy Ann. Trey blushed. I just got inspired. I grinned. I liked it, especially because I wasn't a mouse anymore. I was a kick-butt secret agent. I'm not sure your mom is going to like being drawn as a cow, though, I said. Trey's eyes went wild. Oh, yeah. Well, let's just not tell her. The end. I admired my new librarian badge as I sat on the first bus home that afternoon with my sister Alexis. The bus let us off at the bottom of our street, and Alexa perioded for home. I stood and stared again at my yellow house. I still like the idea of running away from the mixed up file style, but only for the adventure. I wasn't so reluctant to go home anymore. My house was still chaos central, no doubt about that. It was me who was different. I wasn't going to take things lying down anymore. If something bothered me, I was going to say something about it. Come on, Amy Ann, Alexis called, and I hurried to catch up. Flotsam and Jetsam greeted us at the door, jumping all over us and almost knocking me down. They scrambled away just as quickly, chasing Angelina as she galloped by into the living room. No one was in the kitchen, but I could hear Dad singing his favorite opera song somewhere down the hall. Amy Ann, are you and Alexis home? My mom called. That surprised me. Mom wasn't usually home this early. Yeah, I called back. Come and help us, Mom said. We're in the guest bedroom. Great. If they were in the guest bedroom, that probably meant we were cleaning it for somebody to stay in, and they wanted me to help. Sure enough, when I got there, I found Dad pulling boxes out of the closet and Mom taking stuff off her desk. Why don't Angelina and Alexis have to help? I wanted to ask, so I did. Because this isn't going to be their bedroom, Mom said. It's going to be yours. I was stunned. My bedroom, as in all mine and nobody else's? Dad lifted a dumbbell. Your mother and I realized we had a workout room nobody ever worked out in, and a home office I never do work in, Mom said. And if your grandmother or father come to visit, we can put them in our room, and we can sleep on the pull-out couch in the living room. It's high time you and Alexis had your own room. And maybe now you won't feel like you have to stay late in the library after school just to avoid coming home, Dad said. I blushed. I'm sorry, I told them again. Mom hugged me. It's all right, sweetheart. It's not a big house, I know, and it can feel overwhelming sometimes. A lot of times, I thought, and I said so. Mom laughed. A lot of times. But now you'll have your very own fortress of solitude here. I've already cleared off the bookshelf for you. You can use one shelf for the books you own and another for the books you check out from the library. I ran to get my stack of books from my room, my old room, and put them on the shelf in one by one. I was going to have to start alphabetizing them by author, maybe even separate them out by subject. But for now, I just stuck them onto the bookshelf, my very own bookshelf. I filled the shelf beneath the books I owned with the 6 books I brought home that day from the library. You checked out all of those today, Dad said. He picked up the Hunger Games and flipped through it. Whoa, this seems pretty violent. He closed it and read the back cover. It says here the main character is 16. It was in the elementary school library, I told him. Yes, but Shelbourne Elementary goes up to 6th grade, he said. I think maybe I don't want you reading this one yet. I gawked at my dad. You're banning that book? We just got the school board to stop banning books. No, Dad said. You got the school board to stop banning everybody from reading books. As I seem to recall, we're still your parents and can tell you what you can and can't do. But Rebecca's parents let her read it, I said. Rebecca's parents can let her do whatever they want, Mom said. How did that cute little girl on the TV put it, hon? He asked my mom. Nobody has the right to tell you what books you can and can't read except your parents, Mom said, quoting what I said on TV back to me. There wasn't much I could say to that. I was the one who had said it, and I had to admit this was exactly what I had fought for. Dad kissed me on the top of my head and put the Hunger Games on the top bookshelf. Just wait a couple of years. You'll like it better then, anyways. I nodded. I wasn't happy about it, but I respected their decision. Every now and then, you got to break the rules to do the right thing, but a lot of times, following the rules was the right thing. That made me think of something, and I smiled. Miss Spencer had banned my favorite book because she thought it would encourage kids to lie, steal, and be disrespectful to adults. I had done all of those things, but it wasn't any book that made me do it. It was banning a book that made me lie, steal, and be disrespectful to adults. I thought that was pretty funny and thought about saying so to my parents. So I did.